Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening with us. Today's topic is, There is Purpose in the Waiting. We'll return with the devotional after a brief message from our sponsors.
The ship's drifting out of control. Get out of there now.
What happened?
His cord snapped. Some called it impossible.
Okay, Dave, I don't know where I am.
Others call it a miracle.
Son, no, he's not.
Focus Features presents the inspirational true story
I got an idea.
that kept the world breathless.
This isn't working.
You can do this, buddy.
Starring Woody Harrelson
Now!
and Simu Liu.
I'm not losing a diver today.
Last Breath, based on the true story. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters tomorrow.
There's no place like Israel, rich in history, culture, and spiritual significance. From walking through ancient Jerusalem to floating in the Dead Sea or experiencing Tel Aviv's modern energy, it's a destination like no other. While I haven't visited yet, I've heard how life-changing it is. Now more than ever, we stand with Israel and pray for peace. I look forward to exploring its beauty one day. Learn more at goisrael.com.
There is Purpose in the Waiting, written and read by Megan Connor. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is good that one should hope and wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Lamentations 3:25-26, New King James Version. I opened my devotional one cold, wintry morning and read these profound words. Seasons of waiting are not the same thing as seasons of denial. Jesus Calling, November 26th. Wow. Once in a while, we stumble across these nuggets of deep truth, and we just need to sit with them, digest them, and wrestle with them. This was definitely one of those moments for me. I had been in a season of great uncertainty for almost 2 years, and to be completely honest, I was tired of waiting. The prolonged resolution did feel like a denial. It felt like God was overlooking my struggle, or even worse, intentionally avoiding an offer of aid. Perhaps you have felt the same. Are there circumstances present in your life that are messy and uncomfortable? Is there a stagnant state causing you great angst or anxiety? Maybe you too are questioning, where is God in all of this? The truth is, he is present and working in your circumstances and mine. We just can't see it. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and save them. Psalms 145:18-19, New King James Version. In our fast-paced, instant gratification culture, the practice of patience has become extremely difficult. When we want to watch a particular movie, we have to go no further than the instant streaming platforms on our TVs. Our desired feature is at our fingertips, literally, with just the click of a button. When we feel hungry, we pop a pre-made meal into the microwave. It is ready within seconds. If we have to wait too long in line or in traffic, we get easily agitated. The truth is, we are terrible at waiting. However, it is in these moments of lingering, of anticipating, that God does the most meaningful work. The Bible is full of accounts that illustrate how God moves in and through seasons of waiting. Abraham was given the promise of descendants, yet he was 100 years old before he held Isaac in his arms. The Israelites wandered in the desert for 40 years before they entered the Promised Land. Joseph spent over a decade in slavery, servitude, and prison before he received the fulfillment of a dream God gave him 13 years prior. The Hebrew people waited 400 years between the final prophet and the coming of the Messiah. The list goes on and on. However, when we look beyond the discomfort, we can see how God accomplishes deep, meaningful work during our journeys through the desert. When Joseph first received his dream, he was arrogant and haughty. As he shared his visions with his family, they appeared to be from a place of pride, possibly even condescension. What a stark contrast from the original communication regarding his foreseen place and position to his gentle and merciful reunion with his brothers when all that had been foretold was fulfilled. But Joseph replied, "Do not be afraid of me. Am I God that I can punish you? You intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people." Genesis 50:19-20, New Living Translation. God used Joseph's hardships and delayed fulfillment of his destiny to mold and shape Joseph into who he was meant to be. Unfortunately, struggle, failure, and delayed gratification are what builds character. They teach us perseverance. This is the effort God prioritizes most in our lives. It is not about the changing of our circumstances, but rather our hearts. No matter what you are facing today, you are not alone. God is working in and through all that is going on. It is painful to undergo a heart transplant, but on the other side, there is new life. So hold on, friend. There is purpose in the waiting, and it is for your good. Intersecting faith and life. Do you feel stuck? Are you waiting for a change in your life or your circumstances? Have you wondered where God is in the midst of all you are going through? If so, does today's devotional help you see there is purpose in the waiting? How can you look to Scripture for companionship and encouragement, recognizing how God has walked others in the Bible through seasons of delayed destiny? For further reading, take a look at Genesis chapter 50 and Psalm 145.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.
The ship's drifting out of control. Get out of there now.
What happened?
His cord snapped. Some called it impossible.
Okay, Dave, I don't know where I am.
Others call it a miracle.
No, he's not.
Focus Features presents the inspirational true story
I got an idea.
that kept the world breathless.
This isn't working.
You can do this, buddy.
Starring Woody Harrelson
Now!
and Simu Liu.
I'm not losing a diver today.
Last Breath, based on a true story. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Only in theaters tomorrow.